Yeah, man. Land over paper, legacy over hype. Land banking are the real deal. Buy up the land to secure your meal. Forget things will rise and drop. Me put me trust in dirt, not up. Me not chase crypto or flashy trend. Me want me children own till the end. We build the dream, the pension, the plan. Land of the key, own piece of the land. Land banking simple, buy land cheap. Hold it long term, watch value leap. No fence or house, that's still alright. One day development, I go shine the light. Buy no wait, no rush we flip. One new highway, land tech trip. Them a pave road, put posty light. The same bush you buy glow bright, bright, bright. Yeah man, them laugh when they buy the dry bushy. Now them walk all the tour and looky. Land can't spoil, can't get hack. Me sleep good, me asset intact. Land banking are the real deal. Buy up the land to secure your meal. Forget things will rise and drop. Me put me trust in dirt, not up. Me not chase it to our flashy trend. Me want me children own till the end. To build the dream, the pension, the plan. Land of the key, own piece of the land. Paper assets crash when the market shake. But land still there, you not evaporate. Me can't sleep on paper or digital. But me lay on me land, that physical. You can't build on Bitcoin or tweet. But me can plant food on me land, sweet, 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 sweet. Land grow wealth, build legacy. No app can duplicate this equity. Me see only for the people run down poor. But me land appreciate more and more. No Wi-Fi drop, no login loss. Me own a piece of earth, me own my boss. Land banking are the real deal. Buy up the land to secure your meal. Forget things will rise and drop. Me put me trust in dirt, not up. Me no chase crypto or flashy trend. Me want me children own till the end. See the dream, the pension, the plan. Land of the key, own piece of the land. Start small, don't stress the pace. 1 quarter lot, still hold the grace. Join up with crew, pool the fun. Everybody eat when the deal get done. Do your due diligence, check title clear. Buy where you grow, no buy out of fear. 1 plot today, 5 tomorrow. Land banking, the freedom, no borrow and sorrow. Cut the brunch, skip the party. Save for your lot, your building starting. It not take enough to start your file. Land can't take you from broke to smile. Land banking are the real deal. Buy up the land to secure your meal. Forget things will rise and drop. Me put me trust in dirt, not up. Me not chase it, no our flashy trend. Me want me children own till the end. To build the dream, the pension, the plan. Land of the key, own piece of the land.
Land banking are the real deal.
Hi, Kendrick. Kendrick says first.
Hi, Kendrick.
How did you know he was going to be first?
I don't know. Hi, Kendrick. Thanks for coming in first. I really appreciate it. Future is back.
Hi, Future.
Hi, Future. I see you're back. You're second.
And this is a new person.
Opal Knight.
Hi, Opal.
Thank you for joining us. You need to tell us how you heard about us. The name looks new. Up top, check in.
Hi, Chris. Good evening, Horsted Kofad. Hi, Maxine. And hi, my Serenity. Cassia says good evening. Hi, Cassia.
Hi, Cassia. How was everyone's week? Were you trumped in any way this week? Anybody trump you this week? Anybody trump you this week? Boy, I get a trump this week, you know. I can't believe I get trump like that.
You got a trump this week?
What do you mean, man? Do you forget what the man talk about angels and the, what is it called? Let me get the name right. Informatic Park. I saw it name.
But that wasn't this week. That was today.
When the man tell me, say, when I saw the thing, I was like, what? Are you sending it to me? Who sent it to me?
No, I think you found it yourself. You were watching Kalila's channel.
Wow, I was watching Kalila's channel. It's on Kalila's channel, but she spoke about it. somebody else in another chat and I clicked on it. So Kalila Reynolds did a she I don't remember where I was at. It's about the
That's not it.
this is not it. It's about the informatic part that's coming at Angels. Let me see if we can find it. I could have swear. Where else would I have seen it?
But you can just go to Kalila's channel.
Go ahead. Or is there a write-up? Maybe we should go to a write-up so that we can read it. So I'm going to tell you how I was trumped now. Man, I was trumped big time.
What's it called?
Angels Investment Network now.
Oh, that's not it.
What's it called, everybody? It's a big talk this week. KFZ. See, no, that's more. They had a name for it.
Just tell him who you got trumped.
No, they must know the backstory.
So tell them your backstory.
Oh my God! So years ago, I would
Like
say,
pre-COVID.
like pre-COVID, way before pre-COVID, Tony.
Yeah.
Tony and I saw Jamaica National with this property under private treaty. My memory serves me right, it was $4 million. Something like 2 acres of land. And it had a stone wall house on it. I mean solid stone wall, you know. Nothing to sneeze about. Had a view. This was at Angels up on a hill.
But I thought it was a 6.5. It's 4
I
million?
think it was 4 million, man, if my memory served me right. Such a pity Jane still don't have the website because I could not find it. And guys, we went and we looked at it. The bank owned the property, you know, because the bank took it away from the people already.
So it was
So
it was
it's
a
not
private
as if-
treaty. It
Yeah,
was
it's not a private
foreclosure.
treaty. It's not as if I have to go hustle with nobody about it. It was foreclosure. Nobody wanted it. I guess everybody look at it and say, China, Spanish Town, no, not for me. But we actually...
But it had some other challenges. Well, tell
We-
them the challenges.
What were the challenges? Well, that's
There
what
was
tell them.
no, yeah.
That's what tell them. But we actually picked up ourselves, drove up there, go find the place and looked at it. Go inside the house, everything. Walk up and down the grounds, everything. Look at the time. We did every due diligence possible that we normally do when we're looking at a property for investment. It had 2 challenges. One, there was no electrical poles running to the property from the main road. The persons who lived up there were Jim screeching some light through some bush and come up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second one was there was no water supply. Upon investigation, they said that the pump for NWC had broken down for years. Nothing not going on. Nothing, zero. The surrounding area was Angels. Nothing not going on. Only other thing on the road at the time was GC Foster College. Literally nothing was going on. And you know GC Foster College is like a late non-starter. Still is a late non-starter as
It's
far as
gotten
I'm
better,
concerned.
though.
Yeah, but them still not even step up to the line yet. Them barely crawling. Them not shoot off yet. And we looked at it. The numbers worked. What wasn't working and what we were not thinking was long-term thinking. That's what missed us at the time. Long-term thinking, plus we didn't see a way to get income from the property. This is a stone wall house. We would probably have to move up there and live up there for a while. No water, no electricity. Of course, we weren't even thinking put solar. That didn't even came to our minds.
Solar wasn't really a thing then.
Yeah, it was really a thing. We never thought of
Solar
rainwater.
was like this big expensive thing at the time.
Yeah, we never even thought of rainwater harvesting, which we actually did in Red Hills. We never even thought of those. None of those things entered our brain.
Because it was pre those type of thinking for us.
No, we were just focused on what was in front of us, which is not the thing to do. When you're looking at real estate, never look at what is in front of you. Forget about what is in front of you. Get into your mind's eye and think, what could the future be with this? Well, now we're wiser, we're smarter, but guess what? The opportunity run gone leave with. So now I see this. Oh my gosh, any guys, who knows what it is? It came out this week, man. Muscle group, type in muscle Tony, maybe it comes up under that. The muscle group. So we knew, we did the research and we realized that Araganam or something like that was a factory out there that they had abandoned. It was a factory that did textile. Big old something, you know, I mean, massive thing, you know, one building. Them abandoned it like how them abandoned GC faster back in maybe in the 70s, I don't know. But it was totally abandoned. Building run down, rat living night, everything, you name. It was a solid concrete building. It was tucked away in the bushes, maybe on about 50 acres of land, I would probably say. But what we were looking at was above it. So you had the main road with the Aragon armor factory and whatever. Then going up a little more, up on the hill, was this stone house. I don't know, I look on the stone house. Tony, you think I can be brave enough to drive up there and really see? Because if I drive up there and somebody take that stone house, the land had 2 acres, you know. So I could have developed it into subdivision and all of that. But I allowed one thing, Tony, go and get Rachel to control that. I allowed two things: the fact that there was no electricity and there was no water, to stop my thought process. Literally stop it. We're trying to find it. Anybody have the figure out what I'm talking about yet? Trying to find the article. Tony has gone to see if she can help out. Zandan is in his distress. Alright, I know I can't find it. I need to go to my YouTube and go to my history. That's where I need to go, because I was actually listening to Kalila early on. Oh, it's called Jamaica's New Tech and Industrial Park. Let me see. Anything comes up. Her headline says, Tony, I found it. Her headline says Jamaica. See if we can tell the scene. Jamaica's largest tech park. Yes, you can put the angel Spanish down. You want a written report, not a video.
She did a written report?
No. Let's see if somebody is. See there? MJS transform old textile site with $50 million spend. No. I'm gonna share. I tell you, I was trumped. I was trumped, meaning that the Trumps of this world swooped in and did what the brave would do.
But you could have still done your thing, because they didn't touch your thing.
No, they didn't. Let me tell you, little coward people like me, no, my thing would have been looking good. Because, guys, the truth is, even if I had bought this property for 4.5, go and pay the little JN mortgage on it. I would be sitting pretty today. I didn't have to do a thing with the property. I didn't have to live there. I didn't have to do anything. Maybe just put a caretaker up there and say, go and live. The place would have value so much now because of what is coming around it or what is there now. So this is our old farms. I'm going to read the article for you. So yeah, I was trumped.
I really do not enjoy going to the Jamaica Observer's website anymore.
Mumbo jumbo.
All the commercial, man. Like,
none of people them have to make money. What do you mean? You're not pay them. All right, the MJ building. So show them it. So that's what it looks like now on this acre beside where I should have bought the $4 million solid. And I went up there to look at it because I wanted to see what a stone wall house look like. The thing belonged to a solid stone, right through and through, nice place, right?
But you should have told him that who used to live there was the people who managed the factory.
I don't know who used to live there. I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was the manager's quarters.
Oh, the entrance to the MJS Industrial Park Technology in Spanish Town with a current space fully occupied. Developers are preparing to break ground on a new 300,000 square foot expansion to meet growing demand from manufacturing and logistics firms. Now, developers of the MJS Industrial and Technology Park in Spanish Town. Yeah. That's where we started. First property I bought was in Spanish Town. Not far from there. Fairview Park.
It's actually walking.
It's actually walking distance to this place. So I don't know why I never go by the stone house. Anyway. St. Catherine have confirmed a US 50 million or 8 billion investment into the project, with plans now underway to expand the complex by an additional 300,000 square feet, less than 12 months after reaching full occupancy. The 65 acres. The 65-acre property situated on the grounds of the former Agri-Guanab textile mill. In Jamaica, we used to actually make fabric, guys. Imagine we used to make fabric, cotton, chiffon, all of them fabric that we use, people, has been repurposed into Jamaica's only special economic zone in Spanish Town and now houses 7 tenants across 440 square feet space of developed space. Demand for space has remained strong, prompting plans for a new block of purpose-built facilities aimed at manufacturing and logistics clients. One international manufacturer has already signed on to occupy 100,000 square feet of the new section and place 1 million of people, and intends to use a nearby rail line and Port Esquivel for both inbound supplies and outbound distribution. That means it sounds like port line, inbound supplies and outbound distribution. Is it going to be something that uses bauxite? I don't know. Construction is expected to begin within a year. Once formal agreements and regulatory approvals are in place, full operations are projected to start 18 to 22 months from now. What you saying? What we did here was to retrofit an existing building. I remember telling them the building that they dilapidated, one big old building, people. Executive chairman, I think I was talking to somebody and they were thinking of actually retrofitting it for apartment building. But these guys come bigger, I tell you, we get trumped. MJS Tech Park. Michael Subarati told the Jamaica Observer in a follow-up interview on Tuesday. But now we'll be constructing from the ground up with the specs the client needs. So this one that they did was retrofitting a building that was used for making textile, which is fabric, or making clothes, right? Since opening last year, MJS Tech Park has attracted a blend of foreign and domestic operations, including BPO firms, Transparent BPO, Sagility, and InTouch CX, which collectively manage customer support services that include contracts from companies such as Airbnb. Local manufacturer Honeybun is also currently building out what Subarati described as its most advanced manufacturing facility to date on the site, while ODPEM, the Jamaica Fire Brigade's Area 3 headquarters, and telecoms firm Phoenix Towers round out the tenant list. ODPEM. The facility reached 100% occupancy within a year, a sign of latent demand for commercial and light industrial space outside of Kingston, with a workforce now exceeding 2,500 people, mostly drawn from Spanish Town, Portmore, Olamba, and Linstead. The development has also had knock-on effects for small businesses and transport operators in the area. Subarati says the park is on track to surpass 5,000 jobs once the second phase becomes operational. That's the target we're moving towards with the new build-out, he said. He added that the location made sense from the start. With a built-in workforce, easy access to the highway, and room to grow, it made no sense that people were commuting for hours to get to Kingston when the infrastructure here was still intact. We believe Spanish Town could support real economic activity. Again, we just had to prove it. Thank you, Mr. Sumarati, for your vision. The initial construction phase focused on reusing and modernizing old factory buildings while integrating renewable energy systems, battery storage, a well water system, and updated. Them all have found a well? Oh, yes,
Well,
because
there.
NWC had a pump house, so the well was there.
Mhm.
An updated insulation to reduce electricity costs. The park also has plans to add a small railway station for industrial and passenger use. Wasn't that be cool? That's so cool, guys. Vision, vision. Muscle Group Chairman P.B. Scott, a key partner in the venture, admitted he was initially skeptical when Subarati pitched the idea. It was burnt out and overgrown. I thought the roof was rusted and collapsing, but Mike kept pushing, Scott said at the formal launch event held last week. Now it's a project the Muscle Group is extremely proud of. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who also spoke at the event, said the redevelopment is in line with the government's strategy of unlocking economic value from dormant state and provide assets, particularly those with existing infrastructure that can be adapted for modern use. So apparently this building belonged to the government of Jamaica and they left the building there like that. On 50 acres of land, no doubt. Spanish Town was once the engine of Jamaica's industrial ambitions. What this shows is that even dormant assets can come back to life, yes. But it takes private capital, a strong team, and an environment that supports long-term investment. And of course, you forget it takes vision, guys. It takes vision, and it takes somebody like Mr. Subarati who will say, come on, let's do it. And all when you not see it, put on more double lens for your eye, don't it? So you can't see it. Originally built in the 1950s, the Arago Guanabo textile mill was once the largest employer in St. Catherine. What you saying? But was shut down in the 1970s and amid growing competition from Asia and local economic decline. For decades, the property sat idle. Oh my gosh. In reclaiming the site, Subarati and his team prioritized sustainability and efficiency, but also proximity to infrastructure and the population, which Spanish Town does have the population. With occupancy now maxed out and the model proven, Subarati says the focus is on developing phase 2 on time and with the same level of execution. We're proven and tested, yes, he told the Business Observer, referring to the financing behind the project. What we've done is prove our credibility, and we're not going to do something unless we have everything in place. Once completed, the expansion will push the MJS Tech Park past 740,000 square feet in total developed space. Just look at it, man. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Just looks like one big warehouse each.
Yeah, but that's what they all, that was the original building. All they did was refurbish.
So
the original building here. Let me see. Oh my God. Yes, I can't see why anybody would look at this and think so. But you
There's
see,
actually grass growing out of the concrete.
out of the concrete. but it looks like they put on other type of roof. They put a roof over it. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They put a roof over it. Very well thinking, very forward thinking. Going to solve the problem. Solve the problem that other people never see.
It's the building is still in its original layout. They didn't even add
they
anything.
didn't add anything. No. Still the original building. All they did, put a roof on it and get in there and do what they need to do. Very good. Well done. So that's the Prime Minister, Mr. Subarati. Not sure who's the other person.
Probably Mr. Scott.
Is there a caption? No caption. Are we finished with the part with it? So that's the full thing.
Checking. Yes. Yes.
All right, everybody. So that's what happens when vision. No. So I was trumped. I need to brave up and get on that road and look to see if my building is still there. Oh my God. Me like everybody run and duck with tail and run, God. So you see what happened though? You see what happened, guys, when you're not just you're looking with the eyes that you get here instead of looking with your mind's eye. You must look with your mind's eye.
Kendrick was active. It's the Spanish Town one.
Yes, the Spanish
Kendrick
Town.
says that's the reason crime go down in Spanish Town. Was having a talk with friends about it. The investors don't want no crime. Yeah.
But of course, why would you want crime?
Currency says, glad to see this. We don't depend on tourism alone. We also import 3 times what we export. Not good. This is one of the main reasons why the dollar has been sliding so much. Too many imports. Joanne's asking, where in Spanish Town this is? This is by Angels. Just by the Angels. What's that, a roundabout?
Yeah. To the left.
Yeah.
You see a brand new road. Can't miss it.
Yeah, it's literally by the roundabout.
Literally by the roundabout. Or you can enter it from GC Foster side. So when you turn at GC Foster, you go over the little train line. That's why they're thinking of using the train line, because it passes right there. There are a lot of persons living on that train line as well. Lots. So yeah, Tony did census there in that area. So she kind of knows the terrain. But I was trumped, everybody. Still thinking about it. Missed opportunities is the thing, you know. When you miss the opportunities come in front of you every day. But you see, if you don't jump on the opportunity, gone, not coming back. And the truth is, nothing comes back that's similar. Something else will come up, but you make sure you know and you're looking out for the opportunities, right? So Spanish Town is on the rise. Remember, we have palmetto pine selling in Spanish Town. So they're building a new police station too in Spanish on the bypass, guys. Brand new police station on the bypass. All that land is on the bypass is gonna say was swampland. Watch out the China them a build it up. I tell you, when you only see with your eye, you don't see with your mind's eye, guys. You have to see beyond the lens. You have to see beyond this pupil here that the creator give you. You can look in the next eye that he give you. I call it the mind's
when
eye.
I take the taxi always drives through the town and then come out just in front of John's Road there. So, but because they've been fixing the roads in Spanish Town, they now taxis don't have to drive highway, as they call it. So I've been able to see now the development that they're doing across the street from the gas station, and it's coming out nice and strong.
Yeah, man, good and strong. Well, only the rain will test it, but I'm sure the Chinese will do a good job and build anywhere. But it's good to see that. So Spanish Town, some of you want to know where's the next big thing? Spanish Town. The government is giving Spanish Town some love now with the investments. Along that same bypass corridor, there have been other investments. Like when just before you come into the town on the bypass.
Just before Salt Factory.
Just before Salt Factory. There was a whole thing going on there as well. So as they develop the areas, persons will no longer need to leave Spanish Town to go get jobs, quote unquote. So we do have a massive set of people leaving out of Spanish Town and Portmore
every morning
to Kingston every morning to work.
I hope they develop the other side too, which is the St. Thomas Portland section.
Well, they did put in the roads. The government have done what they can. So they have put in the major thoroughfare with the road, with the water, with the electricity, and so on. So it's just for the private developers now to go into to St. Thomas, right? But I don't think St. Thomas have the workforce like Portmore and Spanish.
But it can get the workforce if developers go out there.
If the housing developers
go out there.
But the housing developers have to be there as well as the commercial and the industrial developers, right?
Because it can't be that far to travel from St. Thomas to Kingston. Isn't it like basically the same distance traveling from St. Catherine to Kingston every morning?
No, with St. Thomas it's quicker now, friend.
Oh, it's quicker?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
You're dropping a yellow snow in a 10-15 minutes. Depending on how fast you're driving. From the roundabout there, 10-15 minutes now.
Okay.
You're dropping in yellow. So you no longer have them deep turn and S-bend and you have to listen out for the truck them because if you book up a truck in a problem, oh my God.
You know, I haven't been out there on the new highway.
You haven't been out there yet?
I haven't.
It's a beautiful road. It's a beautiful road. I am struggling to remember those S-bends. I cannot remember them in my brain. I know that. One day I almost got caught with those trucks, you know. Go around a truck. Here comes a truck coming. Man, Tony, it was so close. But I was already committed, guys. I was committed. I was out in the road. There's no way I could have go back.
So you not shot him?
Speed. I have to shot him. I had to literally just speed and shot in front of the truck that was on.
You're in your current car? Or
I was in, which car I was driving? No, not in my current car. I don't remember which car I was in. That was in my current car. I drive my current car more cautious than that. Funnily enough. And actually what I'm driving now can actually take a leak. But no, me because my current vehicle expense. I would have lick me if I got decide to lick it. So I remember those days of those trucks and you just can't get a break. So when you do get a break for go around one, you gotta take it. And then you take it now and the next truck a fly down in front of you. And them not stop. Come. So therefore, you have to willing to take the chance.
mm-hmm.
You have to willing to take the chance. Just like we took a chance on Palmetto Pines, you have to be willing. We took a chance also on Portland, Norwich,
Mm-hmm.
and we're taking a chance now also on Discovery.
And you have to be able to wait to think impatience is a death of investments for
Yeah,
some people.
yeah. Guys,
They just can't wait.
you have to have the patience of Job. You hear me? You can't, no worry. You have to can't. As I say, your mind's eye is important that you use it so that you don't get trumped, right?
So Erica says, "Hi, Miss Claudia."
You sure you didn't
Anthony."
miss anything before that?
No, I went back up. This is back up.
This is back up. Oh,
Mm-hmm. And my student says, "How is the Ovarian channel going, Tony?" I have not posted on that channel in so many months.
really, Tony?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't post on it since October.
Why? You're busy. I walk up and down the place, but you had the walk run race now. Jeez. So she's doing walk run race, and my other daughter is doing hiking. I'm like, who on earth does that? Every Saturday you go hiking, every Saturday you go walk run race, sweat up yourself and
Every
roll around
Sunday.
every Sunday. So she's Sunday and the hike, on is Saturday. I'm like, these people ain't got nothing to do.
I think it's a freedom.
What freedom?
There is a sense of freedom of mind when you're just walking for 5 miles. There's so much thoughts that goes through my head when I'm walking more than just trying to get to 5 miles. It's almost there's like a calmness and a clarity along the journey.
You getting some clarity about making some money? What's this clarity about, really?
And I quite enjoyed. I mean, obviously you're tired and sometimes your feet hurt and you're sweaty and you're thirsty and you're hungry because you don't eat before. But just getting to the end is like an accomplishment. And I guess with Rachel, she enjoys the scenic views and they're going somewhere, so it's a destination for her that she gets to enjoy.
But the hardness of it is not even to say it easy. Not easy.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the teacher's gonna prefer stay in my bed though, so you need a designated driver, not me.
Well, the good thing for you is that I don't have any coming up in July. So
Oh, thank God for small favor.
there are 2, but I'm not going to them.
Oh,
They're on Saturdays, and I don't feel my Saturdays. It's so busy already. I don't feel like I can do both. I'm gonna be too tired.
mm. The Buffalo says hi. Hello, the Buffalo. Again, thank you for my cup. Every time I see the Buffalo, I will tell her, thank you for my cup.
Opal says, "Good evening, Miss Claudia and Tony. I always watch your YouTube channel and decided to watch your live because your videos are very informative. Thank you,
Opal. Thank you. Long time I don't make any informational videos. I need to get back to some of them. Busy with Riverstead, Ecostead, all kind of things.
Jovan says, "I was wondering if they were building houses up there. Better than houses.
Better than houses, jobs. Houses are all over.
No, what I like is that he's smart. He's building something that's gonna give him recurring income.
Yeah, rental.
Lifetime worth of income.
And some serious money to it. Them people pay some serious money per floor.
Yeah.
Nobody think it cheap.
And I mean, he did so much square feet at only 7 tenants.
Yeah. Let's imagine the crazy money.
Yeah. Crazy money.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Jovan. Tony, you bring out the vineyards yet?
I don't bring out anything as yet.
All right, so we have a vineyard. No, it's called The Vineyards, which is in Old Harbor for 18.5.
Yes, 2 bed, 1 bath.
2 bed, 1 bath, basic unit.
Good lot size.
So anybody want it before we bring it out, let me know. Nobody wanted that land on the bypass. It used to be the pigs' playground. Yes, government caused that. Them owned the land and did nothing.
But there's another piece of land selling, you know. So, you know where, so the roundabout, and then there's another scheme across the roundabout called, is it called
Only Angels is there.
Yeah, Angels One or something like that. Behind them, bordering the road that leads to the highway, there's a huge plot of land that's selling. They're saying it's good for houses.
It's cheap?
No.
Cheap, man. Well, yeah, tell me.
No, but it's like so if a housing developer comes there, that's more houses for the park.
So why you tell the people why you know housing developer, why you not gonna buy it and go do the house then?
I'm not that level of housing developer.
Why is that?
I'm still buy a small tract of land.
You know, you can partner. You know, see the muscle group. Partnership is what do it. You hear them name? The muscle group.
The industry has a build on more land.
All right. So Jovan. St. Thomas is like Portmore 18 years ago. 18 years ago.
18.
Not 18.
No, more like 30.
More than that. About 30 years ago.
Yeah.
About 30. Could be more too because
when I was going to Skateland in Portmore and I was like 10. And the Portmore Mall was just built and we had Skateland over there. That's when Portmore was getting like a rebirth.
A rebirth, yeah.
All right, that was over 30 years ago.
The first rebirth that moved a little bit was the 10,000 greater Portmore houses that were built. And then the plazas came in. So no one about 30 years. Come on. So if you want to know the timeline, it's 30 years from now, St. Thomas are gonna take off. So it would suit you to buy something now, but boy, you missed the boat. You should have bought it before the road built.
But it's like Spanish Town. Look how long the toll road was built to come into Spanish Town. And from North South Highway to come into Spanish Town at Angels. And it's just it's getting another rebirth.
And that's because that's where the lands are. So even St. John's Road. It's really only St. John's Road have big tracts of land leaving up in Spanish Town like that.
Olaba side too.
But that's further.
Yeah.
That's further. So plus St. John's Road have water. There are so many wells on St. John's Road. Not short of water. The NWC alone almost about 2-3 pumps on St. John's Road.
I know. I'm surprised that people on St. John's Road hardly have any water tanks on their houses when you look in the communities.
Yeah.
And that's because water is always
It's there, yeah. But on the hill, they suffer. And
yeah,
that's
after you
because
pass me and go over
the
the bridge.
same NWC don't know why NWC don't pump water up the hill to the people.
They
What
need
they
to
do?
invest in solar so they can pump
Yeah.
water.
NWC, come on, get your game together. All right, Mommy B want to say future. All right, Mommy B, B-A-Y, Roaring River Development is sold out. How much was the piece price of for those houses? They're not sold out, future. We'll tell you it's sold out. You want one? I mean, baby phase one sell out, but remember them have them going quite a bit, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna be a massive thing.
Yeah. I had the listing here. If I can only remember who sent it to me.
Oh, I know.
So Leshery says, no. Discernment Daily says, do you think the new Richmond in Green Island will be the same price as the original in Prairie? I just don't think Green Island is known and desirable enough to command St. Anne prices. I don't think so either. But it may start out reasonable and then it get pricey. Same thing with Richmond. Start out reasonable, then it get pricey. As the development comes in, same thing happened with Ocean Point. As the development start to look good and come in and people start, the momentum pick up with the marketing and people see it, then it gets pricey. Now, I don't know where Green Island is in. Green Island is in Hanover. I don't know exact location. But yes, is the Richmond people doing it? Have they started breaking ground already? I don't know.
I feel like this is it, but I can't be certain. Yeah, is it?
Yeah. So the 3-bedroom deluxe, 1,700, 3-bed, 3-bath, started at 396, 900 pre-construction. Post-construction 449, 793. So call it 450,000. They're probably at post-construction now. I'm not so sure where they're at, but if you're interested, let me know. Full solar package is available for 25,000 US, inclusive of inverter, battery, and panel. 10% deposit required. Completion, they hope to complete phase 1 by December 2025.
This year?
Yeah. Developer is check. All right.
Leshery says Independence City Portmore is from 1969. This is the first Portmore housing scheme. This is over 50 years ago.
Yeah, I used to live in
Those Independence City houses
City.
are 50 years old?
Yeah, man. When
Wow.
my mother finally decided to leave my father, that's where we ended up in Portmore.
So it was
she
a new
rented a
scheme when you were
place.
little?
Yeah, she rented a place over there in Independence City. I still remember where it is. I don't remember the exact house, but I remember how to get there because I used to have to take the bus.
You passed there today?
Yeah, the pastor turned off today. Going to Cayman House, yeah.
Lisa Marie says, good afternoon, ladies.
Afternoon, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. Destiny says, St. Jaga Heights have lots as well.
Yeah, they do.
Leshery says, I grew up in Independence City in the 70s. I should have bought an Ocean Point in phase 1. Missed out.
Yeah, you make 2 a week.
Boy, I feel like you have it within you to build an Ocean Point house if you really want one.
That's what I keep saying. But the truth is, that's what I keep saying. But what we're not getting is, first of all, it's not just building a house in isolation. Or like a scheme like Ocean Point, giving you a swimming pool, lawn tennis court.
I know, but I'm saying that you have Riverstead Ecostate. So
gated community.
It's possible.
Yeah, but back in the day, we weren't doing that. When Ocean Point came about, we should have just bought an Ocean Point at 16.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hands down. Just like how you bought a Camelot. Should have just buy Ocean Point. We weren't thinking like that at that time, guys. But I tell you, everything has to do with experience and who you're with and what you're doing. So in real estate, there are two ways to make money. We more focus on rental, but the truth is we more focus on cash flow. But you have capital gain, which we were not focused on, which we're probably still not focused on. But you have capital gain. No, I'm not. You have capital gain. If I was, I would have sold Camelot a long time. You have capital gain and you have cash flow. There are two ways to make money in real estate. So basically, you have to figure out. You can do both at the same time if you want, but pick a strategy. Like Keller will tell you, pick a strategy and work with it.
But do you need capital gain at this stage in your life?
Capital gain is good enough. If your strategy from start was capital gain, you could literally go capital gain and then get all your cash and build your cash flow property out of cash. You would need a bank.
Okay.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But if you go with cash flow first as a strategy, you tend to have to use a bank to leverage it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
But you're young, so
which part of me young?
No, when you did that, Mom.
Oh. On hindsight, I probably should have gone after capital gain.
I mean, I do get that cash flow is slower. It's a slower race.
It is slower. It's steady, but
I feel like
it gives you move fast with it.
Yeah, but I feel like it gives you time to learn.
Yeah,
and I think
yeah, you get a lot of time to learn. Yeah.
And I think some people need that learning time. Why are we so dark?
Because
it's gonna rain.
Yeah, the sun went under the clouds.
Can
you see us though? Or maybe we need to turn on the light.
Charlene says, "Happy Sunday, everyone. Miss Claudia, I know you are busy, but please remember to reply to my email."
Thought we did.
I don't remember this name. You saw an email?
Tony's gonna try. Oh, sorry. See if we can turn on some lights.
That light did not help.
Yeah, it helped. It helped.
Why is the fan making so much noise?
That's okay. You just pull it. I'm gonna look for your email, Carly. Maybe you can send me a WhatsApp on, I don't see, 2926776.
Corinne says, love this discussion.
Scrolling. Oh yeah, I see it.
Oh, you found it?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I found it. All right, let me leave it open.
All right, so we can respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
This roommate says, I heard Runaway Bay is the next Draxol. I think it's possible. What do you think? Also, I believe all coastal towns between Ocho Rios will be the new Draxol as the demand keeps growing. The new Draxol. I can see Runaway Bay be developed because I think
not
doing
new,
something out there.
Not the new Draxol though. Draxol have new properties going for it. New.
Everything in Draxol is new.
Right, but in Runaway Bay you have old properties contending with. Plus, in the front there, so the only space I think that was left was where the gas station is going now. Runaway Bay actually start from, I'll see, let me know Runaway Bay too. Big tract of that land belong to government.
You mean
Let me
where?
see. Bring up the map system for me. Let me check who owns that land. I have to be meaning to check. Unless the government unlocks the land that they have at Runaway Bay, they own one of the biggest tracts out there. They have to unlock it.
Which part of the island am I going to? Runaway
Salem.
Bay?
I search Salem. Unless they unlock it. Runaway Bay frontage, there's a full up, man. It's only where, so the camera that I went to yesterday is at Runaway Bay, yes. The
You went to the camera?
Yeah, the Cameron, the Club Caribbean. The Cameron Club Caribbean, the hotel.
Okay.
I went to, so you have the, is that Total Energy coming? And a KFC is going to be attached to the plaza too. So a KFC is coming in on our way. Somebody say I never read that message.
Yeah, man, that's Carlene.
Oh. Boy, Carlene, the driving is knocking me sideways.
But for
You want to say
July,
that?
you don't have to do a lot of driving.
I hope not.
When we finish off with Expo this weekend, then you're good.
I suppose you can jump to the North Coast and just sleep and watch TV.
I don't know about sleep and watch TV, but you can do less driving.
All right, get to the stoplight at Salem.
How I know when I'm at the stoplight? Maybe I
We'll
need to
make the
bring
map
up.
smaller for one. Make the map smaller. Get to the shoreline, which is north. Let me see the shoreline. Oh, that's the shoreline. All right, go back. Go back.
Go back which way?
Hold on, which scheme that?
I don't know. I don't know where.
Why does it look like the Cameron?
Here? These little things here?
Yeah.
There's a swimming pool here.
Right. This is the Cameron. So
Okay.
go to that side.
Go right?
Mm-hmm. Each the Cameron actually has its own title. That's good. Go to the right. See here though, right there. That big tract of land. This whole big tract of land. Click on it. Let me see who own it. You click on it here. Show whatever show you. So this land is when you're approaching Salem at stoplight. So if you notice, go along the Runaway Bay shoreline. Don't want to click out. But if you notice, Runaway Bay is full, man, guys. Full up, full up, full up. Barely have nowhere. But this tract of land belongs to somebody. Let's see who owns it. I've been meaning to check it from the other day.
It's a huge track.
Yeah. I sold 40 acres to somebody up at the top. When you turn here and go straight up the top. But they haven't developed that as yet.
But see some empty land across the street too.
Yeah, but that's on the shoreline. Tricky. Tricky. So if you notice, this big tract of land here, say, who own it?
There's another big
And another
track
one
too
beside it. Yeah, who own those? They have to unlock it. If it's government, they have to unlock it. Bottom.
Government.
Same thing. Government own it. If the government owns it, they have to unlock it for any meaningful development to happen in the area. You see, when private interests own it, they will sell to developers and so on. But once government owns it, they have to be willing to give it up or develop the property themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Who owns beside it?
Beside it. This looks like the cow farm.
Who owns it? What cow farm? I mean dairy? Beer industry now? Beer industry down the road unless which scheme that across the street? Oh, that look like could be them, because there's a paradise yet. That's just started.
Why isn't it clicking?
Wasn't that the one you were in before?
This is the one I picked out.
Oh. Could be the dairy people, yes. Why your computer so slow?
I'm not sure. It's very strange. But usually when it's moving like this is the internet, not necessarily the computer, because we're looking at internet-based. See? It's not finished.
All right, take a question and we can get back to it.
Jovan says, cash flow, me love.
All right, so I don't know if Runaway Bay will be the next Draxal. What happened? Draxal unique in that it's close to Ocherius, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it's close to the attractions, the Duns Rivers and the what else out there? Zip lining and swim with the dolphins. Oh, I hear swim with the dolphins selling out, something like that.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I hear that. I saw some article that they were selling.
Okay.
Draxal is unique in that it's close to that area, right? It's close to it's close to it's right beside Miami Bay. It's right beside St. Anne's Bay, which is the capital, and it is just 10 minutes from Ocho, so that makes the uniqueness of it right there. It's Miami Bay has been dubbed the entertainment zone, so it's right there. The capital of St. Anne is St. Anne's Bay. So it's right there. I say it's walking distance to go here.
What I'm trying to figure out is how did Ocho get so popular that it's not even a parish? I mean, the capital.
Because they decided to develop it as a tourist town.
Yes, it had access to the beaches.
Mm-hmm. They developed it as a tourist town.
The Cameron Hotel have new owners, MGM Matu. It's their first Jamaican hotel due to open in August. The Cameron is closed right now.
Where's the camera?
It's
Isn't
not
that the
right.
one I went yesterday? It's not closed. Oh, full of people. Could I barely walk on the place? But I'm glad you told me. Now I can research them. They're called
MGM Matu.
MGM Matu. MGM2. MGM2. And it's not the Cameron own the hotel. Here is a club. So if you want to own one of those little huts, you can own one on your own. Go back to it, Tony, and show that.
They will close end of July and MGM will take over. Oh, okay. They're gonna close end of July. All right. I wonder if they're gonna do some renovations and stuff.
Don't know, but it's a club-based thing. So individual owners own each of those houses that used to go back to the thing, Tony. Or your internet's still not working.
Yeah, see, they're still spinning.
So I'm making a note here.
What's going on with my computer? It's only right mouse clicking. Oh, this is pressed.
I have my pre-approval. Tony, we have to exit this because it's not working. Let's go back to the chat.
Destiny's Child, I have my pre-approval letter ready. However, I'm stuck between buying a house or multiple lots. What's your end game?
If you had the option to buy a house or a lot, why you choose a lot? You only buy the lot if you plan to build on it. So you're going to build then. You're going to build right away.
No, you said multiple lots.
So you're going to build multiple houses. So you buy 3 lots, you build. rent, or sell, which is it? You have to know your game. It's because you don't know your strategy where you're stuck. Go and buy a book called, what kind of book name again?
Real estate
Millionaire
real estate investor.
So we use that book in our book club. Millionaire Real Estate Investor by Keller. Go and buy that book and read it. And get some clarity on the different strategies for real estate. Once you have that clarity, pick your strategy and then you won't be confused.
Royalton Chic in Runaway Bay is also new to Jamaica and will be opening 2026. Nice.
Oh, so all of them hotel are coming.
Wait, so it's being built now, or it's Royalton is already there and they're just revamping it?
I know Royalton is out at Trelawney, right, guys? So maybe this is the second Royalton, but it's coming Runaway Bay.
Oh, so do you see anything building?
Maybe you can't see because it could be in the beach side at the back.
Oh, that would be nice.
So what does this tell you? They're coming.
Not
Them
only
see
that,
something that we don't see.
these-
Them know the tourists still going to come. That's why they're building.
right, and not only that, these investors aren't local people, so obviously they see something in Jamaica.
We're a stable country now, so investors will come because we're stable.
What's your view on Buff Bay, Portland as a future development hotspot? Where's Buff Bay, Mom? We drive past it to get to Norwich, right? We drive through it.
You have another bay, which is really St. Mary. Then I think you have Buff Bay.
Isn't there a Hope Bay somewhere along that stretch?
Look further down. Buff Bay first.
Okay.
But I don't see Buff Bay as a...
It's close enough.
To where? To what?
To the town.
What town?
Antonio.
Port Antonio? No, it's not.
It didn't feel far.
It's far more.
But Portland is unique, Mom. You can really take anywhere in Portland and turn it into something.
Not anywhere.
Because it's untouched.
Not anywhere. You need to be close to Port Antonio, guys.
Why?
Just like how Draxel close to a major town, like St. Anne's Bay and Ocho Rios. You need, when you're doing these investments, you need to be near to a town. So, like...
So Buff Bay itself is not a town, no?
I mean, a capital. Let me say a capital then. So you need to either be... What's the word I'm looking for? All right. So the whole North Coast stretch between Ochi and Montego Bay, you can take a chance. That stretch.
Why?
Because it's already, tourists already running up and down on the stretch. So are the returning residents already running up and down on the stretch. You also have lots of attraction between Ocho Rios and Moby. You have at least 10 places you can go. In Portland, I'm not so sure. Between Buff Bay and where do you go? You go rafting. What else you do?
Boston Jerk.
Them have some couple beach. Boston Jerk, the way down a Boston.
Oh. Where's that thing? Blue Hole or not Blue Hole? What's it called?
I don't know where it is. But I'm saying that, plus you have the cruise ship pier. So if you're going to take a bet, them say cruise ships coming in Port Antonio. So if you're going to take a bet, you don't want there Buff Bay. You want there closer. You want there near. Near enough.
So
I'm going to take a chance from Buff Bay. I don't
try and get
think,
closer.
Yeah, I don't even think I'd put a housing scheme on Buff Bay either. Would I? I don't think so.
The Buffalo said Buff Bay is just short of what St. Thomas is. Will take a few years to catch up.
Right, just short out. St. Thomas might have catch it quicker. Because St. Thomas a new frontier now. So you have some pioneers that want to conquer that. You understand? Buff Bay an old frontier where them never conquer. Government would have to go in there and do something. Anything, build an informatic park or
but the road is so good.
And if you notice where of our lands, if you notice, look at where the government went and put their, what did they call it? Boundbrook. What's it called? The Boundbrook Commercial Center?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. So if you want to do something in St. Thomas too, you need to go where government just put their center at Morant Bay there, so.
Okay.
They were charging for my phone.
Why is it chargeable?
Yeah, charging. So the you need to Buff Bear. Nah. I don't see any economic activity. Nearest hospital would be anatomy.
But maybe you could create something unique and drive people there, draw people there.
Like what?
I don't know.
If you have a river attraction, maybe. But as I say, these things don't happen in isolation, you know, something must surround it, right?
Oh, there's a question. PriceMart will be opening a new commercial complex and office on South Camp Road. Kingston too busy. They need to choose another parish to do business. No, is if they put it down that side, then people who from like Ligony and those sections who normally have to go all the way up to Red Hills can now come down, don't it?
Why are people going to our next parish?
They did. Are they import more?
They mean that Montego Bay yet?
PriceMart in Kingston is overcrowded. You know?
I know, but even if them they go, even if them would come a Spanish Town for Old Harbour Road.
That's too close to Portland.
They would have done well. Some persons coming in from Mandeville and so don't have to go Portmore, them coming to Spanish Town. And is there a PriceMart in Montego Bay? There should by now, because that's where the next big pull is.
So where's that big tract of land on South Camp Road that they're going?
They have some big parcels, man. 1 acre, 2 acre. Yeah, man. South Camp Road near Sabina Park.
Don't they need more than 1 or 2 acres?
Where the Benz dealership is. Benz dealership down there. So what else is there?
You mean across the street from Benz dealership?
Yeah, man.
That's a high school.
Them have big track of land down there, man.
Looking at future cash flow, where the lots can allow me to build multiple houses and rent rather buy one house that will cost 30 million. That limits the amount of cash flow.
Yeah, you can do that. If cash flow is what you're going after. We said we're in the lots. So you found the lots already then, that you can do this. You're gonna do that, you need to be near certain zones. Like you need to be near the same call centers, student universities and so. Hospitals. If you're gonna be doing that, you have to be in a busy. I mean, taxi or fly pass and everything, them just step out and them there.
Unless you're gonna build like your own apartment to do Airbnb, mini hotel
or something like that
with like 10 units on it or something.
But you have to be near to busy hubs. So like in New Kingston is a business district, right? So yes, you can build a housing rental in New Kingston because you're in a business district. People want a house, a place to live, because they make a work in that zone, right? Then you have the people who go to university. So anywhere there's a university, like the University of West Indies Technology, or in Manigava University, Mandeville University, you can go there. You can go near the hubs, the tech hubs, like what we were talking about earlier. So in Spanish Town, find that position because you hear that they're going to expand. You see that they're building a brand new police station. So more than likely, and again, it's because government has decided to open up the lands. Because I'm sure it's government own those lands, you know. So because the police station going there now, somebody else will come and say, I want a space there. And then somebody else will come, and before you know it, the whole stretch have factories.
So that's been nothing for years.
Nothing from me live a Spanish.
I mean, when the gas station went there, I was like, wow.
Yeah, I know. Then I saw my favorite place, Tire Warehouse.
Yeah.
By the way, Tire Warehouse, you have a good model, a good business model. You have a good product. I have used Tire Warehouse in same Spanish Town on the bypass. I've used Tire Warehouse at Hagley Park Road, and I've used Tire Warehouse at Barbican Road. Same friendly service, same efficient service, just nice. The workers are nice. They explain everything to me, and they're very, very decent men that work at all the tire warehouses. I didn't feel anybody trying to rip me off or beg me anything or overcharge me. Plus, I have nice waiting rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Tire warehouses, they have nice waiting rooms. So, ladies, if you need to buy tires, just go to tire warehouse. Get in your car, go up in the waiting room, sit down on the AC, up on your laptop or your phone or whatever. They call you there. They handle it. They're very good. So, and the pricing is consistent across the tire warehouses. The only thing though, tire warehouse, you never had run flat tires. 2 times I wanted to buy run flat, and you didn't have run flat tires in my size. I don't know why. Is it that you stopped bringing run flat tires? What's going on?
Destiny says, before you go off on that rant, looking at future cash flow, where the lots are. Okay, so the Buffalo says you would have to go to St. Thomas, go to St. Margaret's Bay or Boston Bay. Okay, so that's where the tourism is.
I don't know. Some hotels going down there, but I don't know where they are. And I'm sitting like this because I'm having a back pain. For some strange reason.
The tournament says Kingston traffic is depressing. I just go early, dash in and dash out, bumper to bumper traffic pollution. Companies need to explore the locations. This will be beneficial for Jamaica as a whole. It's true. Kingston is a different level.
Yeah, they should be on the north coast too. I don't know why Price Mart is not in the same Draxal. Should I buy one of them London?
Think they have enough people? Yeah, they should.
Of course, what do you mean?
No, I keep thinking that the persons who would use a Price Mart don't actually live in Jamaica on the North Coast full time, for it to be like a regular.
Who would use a Price Mart? What do that look like to you? Who uses a Price Mart?
Someone who's spending 40, 50 grand every 2 weeks on groceries.
Yeah, every month. On groceries. And the demographics, the returning residents have the demographics.
But I feel like they're not here
long enough
to spend that kind of money
but
on
they would
groceries.
But when they come, they would spend it.
Okay.
When they come for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, they would spend it.
They would spend it.
Plus, those persons who do Airbnb, and they do have whatever Airbnb them having, like towels and
to stock up on those things.
Right.
But you think that's where Price might make the money? I feel like it's the food stuff that
I don't know. I don't know their model. I don't know what making the money. It's a place I hardly go. I only go there if they have a specialty item. Like when I wanted to buy my ladder. Something like that. I'll go, but I'm not going in there to buy.
Oh, you bought your TV.
And I bought a television. I'm not going in there to buy rice and flour, cornmeal, and soda and soap.
You don't cook, so you don't need to go there.
No. And I'm not stocking up on any of those things. Those things we can take over $100 and go buy them.
But my thing is, I don't stock up on food is because what I want to eat might change. And the time it takes to cook it, I don't have the patience. So I'd rather just, as it comes to thought, and I say, yes, I want fried fish. Then I go to the supermarket and buy the fish at the season and I cook that.
Yeah.
But not to put the fish in the freezer for 1 week and then cook it. Cassia says, is the new Gore development in Falmouth under construction?
Yes, Cassius. And start long time. Send out notices for the first set of people who will be buying. Those persons have paid their deposit already. And they're waiting now for them to give them sale agreement and send them ready. Come on, long time.
Joan says, Sealer, Miss D. Sealer? What's that?
Sealer. Joan says, Price Mart should go to Mandeville. Why not like Mega Mart? Mega Mart is there.
But I feel like Mega Mart has gotten smaller. Was it my imagination? We were there last week.
No, it hasn't gotten any smaller.
The store itself seems smaller.
But I noticed all the stores seem empty.
Yeah, but we were there on a Tuesday at 9 a.m. I feel like that would have been an empty time anyway. Everybody's at work.
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like the place looked empty.
And it was mid-month.
Well, maybe.
I feel like end of month is...
But I feel like Portmore to me. I go to Portmore all hours and it's always empty.
Price Mart in Portmore?
No, we're talking about Mega Mart.
Oh, Mega Mart.
Yeah. Mega Mart we're talking about.
Because I know Price Mart full in Portmore.
No, I was talking about Mega Mart
Yeah.
in Mandeville. When I went to Mega Mart, when I stepped into Mega Mart in Mandeville, no matter what time, it seems empty. Same thing with the one in Portmore. It seems empty.
But we don't go during regular hours.
You know, the place just seems empty to me.
We tend to...
Unlike General Foods and those other supermarkets that I tend to hang out in, even the high-low there that I really don't like, and them so pricey. But high-low open at the times when I would want to go to a supermarket, so it's not evil. So they're open up to 10 o'clock, which is a time I would swing into a
Why
supermarket.
do you go to supermarket at 10 o'clock? 9, 10
10
o'clock?
o'clock, because I want to earn the money first. It's not me, not like some people where I run up and down the supermarket and leave. Upon the time when they should be earning money, they're swinging a supermarket and push trolley. Hell no. But high-low, look a bit pricey.
Iron Shore is the Price Mart location in Montego Bay.
Oh,
Should open in 2026 before the Witter Village, I
Okay.
believe. Oh, that's a good location.
that's a good
for them.
location, yeah, man. Out of the town, so you have the bumper traffic and just right.
Not only that, too, it's good for those people who are coming in
Yeah,
to just get what they need
Yeah.
before they reach.
yeah.
So it's not like you're going back.
It's a good location. Right, Price Smart. I love some Jamaican company, them build them brand, you know, whether them are borrow it from somewhere, like how the KFC brand is an international brand, but the Jamaican owners have really bumped it up.
Price Mart is
Price
Jamaican
Mart is
owned?
international as well, I believe, but they have really bumped it up. They know what we like, so they carry the things that we like, right? Somebody says they're wondering how the mortgage process goes. Not so sure. What's the question? You said you're wondering, but you haven't asked me a question. Would you develop an apartment in the Newport area? Are you talking about Newport in Mandeville? If you're talking Newport in Mandeville, absolutely not. Apartments must be developed unless it's apartment, maybe you want for students.
In Newport? That still seems a bit further.
Yeah, it is. But Newport have a hard school is near in Newport. If it still exists, should be just around the corner from the police station. I want to put an apartment in Mandeville to sell or anything.
Jovan says run flat expensive,
Sorry.
so they don't really have a great demand, Miss D.
Jovan, things are only expensive if you can't afford it. Don't remember that, Jovan.
Yeah, but I guess
It's only expensive if you can't afford it. But I will spend the money on a run flat because with a run flat tire, if I get a puncture, I can ride my tire from here to Montego Bay and back.
really?
Yes, I can ride a run flat tire from Kingston to Montego Bay and come back before I have to hit a tire shop. But the tires that we're wearing now, as them get a little nail or something in them, my light comes on. Check tire pressure, check tire pressure. When you go out there, here is this nail itch up in this thing and lose air pressure. Run flat, don't care about that. Run flat is designed and built really tough. Those tires. So I'd say run flat.
Currency says Tony Torres would love Price Mart. It's similar to Sam's Club Bus or Walmart. Some guests are extended.
Okay. Some guests are extended. What that mean?
I mean, I guess he's here for 2-3 months,
Oh,
not just
yeah.
like a weekend.
A weekend. Right. Yeah, man. I think they should be on the North Coast. I don't know why they're not.
They're on the North Coast now. Said that they're coming to Montego Bay.
20. That's at North Coast. Montego Bay is to the west. That's West Coast. Just like Portland is East Coast. Portland and St. Thomas is East Coast. St. Mary, St. Anne, Trelawney, parts of St. James, those are North Coast parishes.
Okay.
You have any more questions? All right, let me look at another question.
Joanne says, I love Price Mart for tools. I got most of my tools there. The prices are great and the quality tools.
Yes.
For the quality tools they offer.
Yes, they do have good tools. All right, so I thought I would do a little mini case study today on people, on one person, one family who's in real estate. You see me keep looking through the windows because there's a beautiful apartment building coming up right through my window. I'm getting a really good view here now. They have painted it now in a kind of blue, deep blue kind of, all those new blues and beige and brown. It's beautiful. They put in the balconies, they're putting the glass doors now. And I'm looking towards the roof and it looked like something upon the roof. When I was a swimming pool or something.
Probably a gym too.
And this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Should be
7-story building. The 6?
That should be 6.
In the basement.
No, it's 7.
But I've been sitting here every week talking to you guys and looking at it going up and up and up like a phoenix from the dust. And I tell you,
it's been going on for about a year now, right?
Yeah, man, I just love it.
It's funny when we thought the 3-story building beside it went up, we thought it was so huge.
Man, and they were selling them for 10 million for the studios. And I thought it was so much. Boy, I tell you, when you're broke on the money, is a hell of it. As I say, it's only expensive if you can afford it now.
Yeah.
When you can't afford something, everything expensive. And my grandaunt teach me that. By the way, it's one of the stories that I have in
those
my
studios
book.
are now 30 million.
Yeah. She taught me, my grandaunt, when she took me and my father threw me out of my box around the place and she rescued me. She was a retiree and we used to go to the supermarket with our pension, pick up our money from the bank and then go to the supermarket. And I was picking up things and I look on them and I said, Aunt Dolly, this thing too dear, man, too dear. And I use expensive. I said, too dear. She said, Claudia, put it down. You have no money in your pocket. So everything is expensive. She was so right. If you have no money in your pocket, even something for $1 expensive. All right, so the Kwok brothers or the Wok brothers, builders of real estate dynasty. Who are the Kwok brothers? Kwok brothers, Thomas Kwok, Raymond Kwok, and formerly Walter Kwok, are the heirs and executives of Sam Hong Kai Properties, one of the world's most valuable real estate development companies. Based in Hong Kong, SHKP is known for shaping the city's skyline with luxury residential, skyscrapers, and massive commercial complexes. The origin of the story, building an empire. Father Kwok Tank Seng founded Sun Hung Kai Properties in 1963, before I was born. He migrated from mainland China to Hong Kong in 1948. Initially started with construction, then shifted focus to high-yielding real estate development. Sun Hung Kai Properties, listed on Hong Kong Stock Exchange in 1972, grew rapidly during the Hong Kong housing boom of the 70s and 80s. Now a global real estate juggernaut, develops residential, commercial, and industrial properties. How the Kwok brothers structured their business. So it's family-controlled conglomerate. SHKP remained under the control of the Wok family through trust structures and cross-shareholdings. After their father's death in 1990, the three sons, Walter, Thomas, and Raymond, jointly ran the company. So Walter was a chairman from 1990 to 2008. However, he was ousted by his mother after mental health issues and disagreements. Vice chairman was Thomas Kwok, focused on property development and mega projects. And the vice chairman, post 2011, Raymond Kwok, took full control after Thomas's imprisonment in 2014.
Family
So-
history colorful.
Colorful. So one brother, go back. So one brother was ousted by the mother because of disagreements and mental health issue. The vice president, Thomas Kwok, he was the one who did property development and mega projects. But then he went to prison, and his brother, Raymond Kwok, took full control. All right. How they made their fortune? Core strategy: land banking. My name, Tony. So they acquired undervalued land in Hong Kong early on. So the system never make up my name though, guys. All right. So they acquired undervalued land in Hong Kong early on, right? Then they did vertical integration. So SHKP controls everything from land acquisition to design, construction, and property management. Literally, did not give up no piece of the pie. Tony, what is it? Listen to what them do now. Them go and them conceptualize what the pie are gonna be, with a carrot cake, apple pie, whatever. Right? Then they went and bought all the ingredients for the pie. Then they baked the pie. Then they literally sat down and ate all the pie for themselves.
They didn't even rent it, but they rent out the pie. Property management.
Property management. So them never even and to want to nobody for gonna manage for them. Them a build it, them a design it, them a build it, and them a manage it. Luxury focus, targeted upper middle and high income segments with premium buildings. Notable projects: International Commerce Center, tallest building in Hong Kong. Harbour Gateway, Yahoo Town, Festival Walk, premier luxury residential and commercial project. Expansion beyond Hong Kong. So there are mainland China, Singapore, and global investments. They also diversified into telecoms, IT, hotels, logistics, and infrastructure via SHKP subsidiaries. So what made their strategy groundbreaking? So there were early movers advantage. I will tell you earlier, that's why we should have buy the brick building. Entered the Hong Kong real estate market before the major moves. Benefited from colonial land auction system. Later held the prime land parcels long term. So you have to can't spot the prime land. Hold, bite, and hold on to it, right? City shaping developments, master plan communities combining shopping malls, schools, and transport hubs. Created live, work, play ecosystems decades before it became a global trend. So you have to be a pioneer, guys. So pioneer in the sense that's like Riverside and Ecostate. Now we have housing, tourism, and agriculture blending, right? So they did, what did they do? They did shopping
work,
malls,
play.
schools, and hubs. So they did live, work, play. So so we would be what? Live, grow, play. Same way. Because tourism and play are well something. I soon tell you what our thing is. Focus on quality, long-term durability, and safety. SHKP became a prestige brand in Hong Kong real estate. Buyers paid premiums for SHKP brand alone. Conservative financial management. So they maintain strong liquidity and low debt, allowed them to weather crises. Example, 1997 Asian financial crisis and 2008 GFC, global financial crisis. Avoided speculative high-risk expansion, unlike some mainland Chinese developers. Now, scandal and internal conflict. 2012 corruption scandal. Thomas and Raymond Kwok arrested in a major anti-corruption probe. Bribery of government officials. Raphael Hugh, former chief secretary of Hong Kong. Thomas Kwok was jailed for 5 years in 2014, but Raymond was acquitted. There also was some family power struggle. The eldest brother, Walter, was ousted from the company in 2008 by their mother. Conflict centered around a romantic relationship and business disagreements. Walter later formed his own property firm, Empire Group. Now, the key matrix as of recent years, market cap over 40 billion. So even with all of the conflict and the scandal and the arrests and all of that,
Just humans living life for it.
yeah, the market cap of 40 billion. They have land banked 57 million square feet of land. What does that look like? 50. That's all like the whole of Jamaica. 57 million. Land bank, property with them own, them no bill pan yet, 57 million square feet, including Hong Kong and mainland China. So now you see why there's a conflict of romantic things, because you have to have the right partner. You doing it. Properties owned, 27 plus malls, 40 plus office towers, No one office building,
The office tower
Towers,
that probably has like a 50 or 200 tenants.
Yeah. 10,000, tens of thousands of housing units. My God.
So they only see that this is what they're getting rental income from. This is not what they're selling.
Never ending. Annual revenue, 10 to 15 billion dollars US. What we learned from the Kwok brothers: control and vision. A family empire can thrive with discipline and forward planning. I like how the mother move in, cauterize the problem. She said, come guys, let's go. Cut this, yes sir, let's go.
He formed his own company.
Learn a lesson. Reputation matters. SHKP's brand stood for trust even after the scandal. Scandal proofing, governance and transparency must evolve with success. Smart land strategy, land banking, plus long-term holding equal multi-generational wealth. And vertical integration, owning every part of the value chain, boost margin and quality control. Important, isn't it? So that you're not building the same thing over and over, guys. That's what it means. That's what it does for you. You own every part of the value chain, boosting margin and quality control. The Kwok brothers built one of the most powerful real estate empires in Asia, shaping the skyline of Hong Kong and redefining urban living. Despite public scandal and family conflict, their stories are powerful lesson in timing, structure, and strategic land development. All right, everybody, tell me what you think of the Kwok brothers. Could this be your family? But I think the mother stepped in. Well, the father started the company, but the mother was no pushover.
But father had died
Yeah,
in 1990.
Yeah, so
the
she
scandal was 1997.
Yeah, she was the matriarch of the family. Step in and said, if you think you have a mash up this, I can't just imagine the lady that's dressing down.
But it looks like it's her little son she relying on now, because one left the company, one went to prison, well, only 5 years.
Only 5 years,
he's
come out
now.
already.
Yeah, and then she had a little one running things until. But it seems that little one is still the chairman.
Yeah, man. So everybody, what do you think of the Kwok brothers? What lessons you learned from? Well, we gave you some lessons, but what you taking away from Kwok brothers and their well, one of the things is that you can have infighting, but you must have a strong leader to dissipate that and to know when to step in and to tell everybody to stop and to shift focus and move in another direction, right?
It seems that even though the father has passed, the mom was strong enough to hold down the fort.
Yes, through her sons.
Yeah.
And also they knew what the goal was. They knew the business model. Buy land, hold, develop the land, maybe sell what you need to sell, but most of it seems to be rental, right? And don't give up control of the properties. So don't give up control to a management company to say, all right, you do the rental, collect the rental income or whatever, and you manage properties. No, them do everything right to the end. Control every single aspect from start to finish. Just imagine that family. You can't talk to them.
But you notice that they have subsidiaries to their own hotels.
Yeah. In the same real estate line. So
Cassio says land banking as a strategy needs to be a medium.
Medium what? Explain that, Cassius. You understand that statement? Needs to be a medium. What you want to say? A medium term strategy? What you want to say? What I do know is any investment strategy is long term. There's no investment strategy that is just 1 year and 6 months, and it's not.
Yeah, with the whole
right, medium to long term play. Yeah. I would say more long term, not even medium. Because the truth is, when you build a piece of media, so you're not cash flowing. If you break even in 5 years, you're lucky. Yeah, you're really lucky. Break even in 5 years. And then when you go back in and you invest in another property, you're not breaking even. It is a profit from the property where you don't break even. A profit from is that carrying the other property until that property break even and get profitable again. So it is like that. This could be my family. Yes, my serenity, but you have to start to build them up, right? So their strategy was clear. Keep every single thing in the family. Keep every single property that would build and develop. Just like what MCG, the company with the Spanish Town.
And they have subsidiaries too.
That's
like I didn't realize they own Facing, and they tried to get separate the other day.
Who that? The Muscle Group?
Right. I didn't realize it was them.
It's them same one. Okay, so you keep every part of it. So if you notice, they developed the building, the strategy for Spanish Town. They built it, they rent it out, and they keep it and manage it just the same. So they control every single step of the way, right? So they make money from acquisition, make money also from just building it, collecting the rent, and make money from managing it.
My serenity said lesson trust.
Yeah. Trust. But it sounds to me with a mother like that, those boys could do nothing different. And she make them take them knocks. So she never try to hide them from the jail.
Well, she must hide them from jail.
Well, not in China.
Yeah.
Hong Kong.
You can't know about that.
Yeah, you forgot something.
Yeah, but just know what you're going to do while I'm in jail.
Yeah. Suffer the consequences. So she's willing to hold the fort, never let go of the reins, hold on, guide them because they still needed guidance. And get it done, right? So one of the key lessons here is that the leader must be a leader. I think a lot of Jamaican families were unsure of who is a leader, quite frankly. Everybody in the household wants to be a leader. Don't worry now.
Not even that too. Nobody wants to be the leader.
Oh, you think nobody wants to be the leader? Yeah, everybody want to do their own thing. Nobody don't want to lead the pack. They want to run off Ghana, so they say when they run off Ghana, so they don't want to lead the pack. But it can't be well that way, guys. You have to be willing to lead the pack. All right. You have any more questions?
I don't think so. You might actually can sign up early, Mom.
Hope so I can get
your dinner.
My dinner. Let's try my dinner. Let's hope it's ready.
I don't smell anything though.
No, you must smell it in the door lock.
Oh yeah. Usually when the door opens.
Yeah.
Like I start to sneeze.
All right. So this might be where you want to play a song, Land Banking again. Lesson trust. Yes, my serenity. So we're gonna sign off early because it seems that you have no more questions for us.
Usually when you say this, you see like all 5, 6 questions pop up on the screen. So we'll give them a 10-second countdown to see if any questions come up.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Sharika says, It's difficult when your family doesn't view working together as being important. Exactly, Sharika. Like,
Sharika, that comes with training.
yes, and you have to. So when you have your children and your husband and everything, you have to train them from the little to work together. You have to ensure that when you get married or you have a spouse, you and the spouse working together. Because that's the only way it's gonna materialize into anything in the future.
Yeah, and your children, the key part is training the children. So if you have a spouse or you meet somebody and you realize, this man is so selfish. Him peel an orange and him cut it in two and him eat the two half, him don't even offer you half. So simple things like that. It make a difference, right? You have to be willing. You have to be willing to work together.
Yeah.
But it comes with training. So even some persons, you have come out of households where you were not taught that. You never learned to work together. In Jamaica, it is a little tricky for us because what they do, they separate us in schools. So in the classroom, you sit at your own desk, do your own work. You must be looking at nobody's book, and nobody must be looking at your book, and you must help nobody. You learn to be a loner.
I think they're changing that though.
Well, let's hope so. Then you do the work on your own, which is one of the reasons I think why we do well in track and field.
Because
you're running your own
activity.
race. Yeah, you're running your own race
Against your own time.
Yes, and that's why a lot of times we drop the button because we don't work as a team.
You know we do well in relays. Just the other day with that.
No, they're not doing enough. And that's why we don't do well in football. Football requires teamwork. So
and you have to spend time together to build
team. You have to really move together to build a team, right?
Pastor Randy says working with family can be difficult, but choosing family members who share the same vision.
Yes.
The Buffalo says, can you take money out of property you own that has a lot of equity? If so, how is it done?
Yeah, it's called a home equity loan.
But you need to be able to show that you can pay it.
Yeah. It's a loan like anything else. It's called a home equity loan. The good thing about home equity loans is that you only pay the bank fee. So let us say you see another property you want to buy. Normally you need a 10% deposit.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need that 10% deposit. You just take the equity out of the house and then go buy the next property.
But you have to show that you qualify to pay back that loan.
Yeah. Payslip, job letter, credit report, tax return, just the same. So the Buffalo you would probably need to get pre-approved. If it's in Jamaica, you want to do this, remember the banks here start the loans at age 70. So if you're 50 now, you get a 20-year loan. If you're 60 now, you get a 10-year loan. The only caveat to that is if you have a child, but you can add to that loan. Child is younger, so you can probably get a 20, 30, 40-year loan.
Mm-hmm. Miss Davis, these strategies you have been preaching since you started this channel. Oh, these yes.
I have been. Some persons have jumped on it now, but it's hard for tree to teach old dog tricks. You have to teach the puppy the trick.
But the people who have really captured onto it is the younger folks.
Yeah, you have to teach a puppy the trick. You can't teach a dog what's sitting in way where get up and him used to sleep half day and him just want to go sleep half day and just meander around. You have to teach a puppy the new trick. So it's really the younger generation you have to teach a trick. A lot of you will find that you're going to have to go it alone because your sibling who is with you, your mother, your father, them don't get it. And there's something called capacity too.
Or you have to go create the family that...
You have to go create your own family who can get this.
Yeah, because
and teach them.
Like, even with mom, her mom and dad and stuff didn't get it, but mom trained us from very little about working together. And everything's shared. And you have to do the time with everything. So we grew up with it basically.
Yeah. And simple things too that teaches the sharing strategy. It's not just buying real estate together and all of that. That's all come afterwards. And that only comes without friction because you have been trained to work together with other things before. So a simple thing like washing your clothes. If you're getting up this morning, you say, I'm going to wash your clothes. What's the point of taking up your clothes alone and go wash it? You know, go to everybody's room and look to see what them have to wash. And then you move to the laundry room and you wash everybody's clothes. What's the point of you going downstairs, put your clothes alone in the machine, which might only be a quarter load, right? And then everybody else clothes, what is there? What's the point of cooking the dinner only for you alone? How does that work? It don't work. What's the point of only cleaning your room and not cleaning the rest of the house when everybody is using this house? It just don't work. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to teach. You have to teach the working together. When you wake up in the morning, wake up your siblings, time to go to school. You know, you help them move it along a little weaker, you help them and so on. But what happened is we're training at this individual thing. You're not gonna reach nowhere with that. You're not going to. You're not going to. You struggle.
Sharika says, I'm training my sister, but it's difficult as I'm learning myself. But as I learn, I share. But as a young adult, she wants to do her own thing.
I should not train to work together.
Yeah.
And then the truth is, we're born poor. If you're born poor, you're already behind the start line. You're not at the start line, you know. You're behind. Trying to get yourself to the start line. That alone is a chore. Just trying to reach the start line so you can start.
Yeah, it's hard to when you have to be trying to help others get to the start line with you.
Yes, and you have to carry them on your back to get to the start line. It's going to be difficult. So it may be better you get yourself to the start line first. If you realize you have a difficult family, them not listening, them not following you, the most you can do is give them the book, make them read it, but them still not going to read it. But you have to start. You yourself, it's easier for you to carry yourself to the start line than not try to carry two people on your back to the start line.
And the thing is, and I keep saying it, but people don't believe it, the family that you need to help create your vision probably don't make it. Mommy, you had to make us to get to where you wanted to, what you wanted to do.
Right. The family don't born yet.
Yeah.
So you have to think about that. And those of you who are young, don't do like Tony who wait late to start family. You have to start early.
Right, and train.
Early. Like early 20s. Right? Even teenager, if it come to it. But you have to start early, because I told you I was 70. You have to start early. A child don't stop you from progressing in life. That's no way do they stop you.
And one of the good things, because you had me early, by the time I became an adult, we were able to help each other with certain things.
Yeah, and by the time I had Rachel at 28, Tony was already big enough and she could maneuver, understand what a teamwork mean and what you need to do as a group and as a family and how to do this and that. So it is about ensuring that you don't leave out anybody in your family. And remember, Sharika spoke about her sister. But the truth is, Sharika, your sister is your relative, not your family. So you're not making a good distinction. Your family is who you create. That is your children and your husband and boyfriend or whatever combined with that. Your relatives are your sisters, your brothers, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, and all of that. The family is who you really care about, just like how the mother cared about her 3 sons. Notice there was no uncle and no whatever in that story, right? It was all about she and her 3 sons and her husband who died. So you have to understand the family dynamic. When we talk about the family, we mean the family that you create. The children that you have in this union. That is your family, your core family. Everybody else are your relatives. So focus on creating your own family. Focus on training your own family. Focus on that. If you allow your relatives are just as old as you, stuck in them ways, it's hard to teach one old dog new tricks.
Currency said, it is truly sad, can't bring them.
No, you can't.
The Buffalo says, what is the rate of a home equity loan? Is it different from a HELOC? What's a HELOC?
Home equity line of credit. Yeah. Home equity line of credit is different. A home equity line of credit is where you put, so let us say, I have a house, and in it them say I can get 80% of the value. Let us say this house value 10 million and I can get 8 million, but I had already taken 5 million to buy the house. So my home equity is only 3 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can either say to them, give me a HELOC. What the HELOC means, they will give me this loan, but it is revolving.
Mm-hmm.
So as I use it and pay it back, I can use it again.
Mm-hmm.
So suppose I take the 3 million and I use a million out of it to do something, and I pay back the million, I'm still restored to 3 million.
Gotcha.
I can take the whole 3 million to go use it and then pay back. So every time I pay, I don't have to rewrite the loan. Every time I pay back the loan, I have back my HELOC in place and I can use it over and over. But that's a home equity line of credit. That's what it means. It's a line of credit that you get. But don't use your house as a home equity line of credit. You want a line of credit, go and get a credit card or one loan where non-collateralized. Okay? Because the truth is, you're not buying anything that is even going to bring back money when you take the HELOC, home equity line of credit. You use it like credit card. You're not buying nothing sensible where you're going to make money. Right? See, but a home equity loan is different. Home equity loan. So again, my house value 10 million. The home equity is 80% of 10, which is 8 million. I had taken 5 million to buy the property. I still owe the people the 5 million. So I can only get 3 million. I take the full 3 million and I go and buy another property. This 3 million is now amortized and I pay a monthly payment every month. That's the difference. We pay a monthly payment. Now in your country, I don't know what's the interest rate. In Jamaica, I think the interest rate for home equity is 18% or something like that. Is it? Is it there? I don't know. No, I might have to tell you the wrong thing, I need to go check it. I'll check it and come up with the info tomorrow, next week. It may be different. As well as I can WhatsApp me the Buffalo. Let me get the info and WhatsApp it back and tell you. I think I have it in my phone because I was checking it to see if it makes sense.
Currency says, have kids early. It's hard in the US without support.
Yeah, have your kids early. It's hard in any country without support.
But I feel like US of most countries would have support from government.
Kind of support you need. More than work, you work and go feed your pit in them and.
But like when I was working at Six Flags, there was a young couple. They were like 15, got pregnant, and we're in Texas, and so through whatever government program they were on, they got the Six Flag jobs for the summer, right? But in the same breath, they were able to get housing assistance, right? So they lived together, and she was able to get some food stamp thing that covered groceries every month. Plus, they were getting a cash thing of like $100 for something else. I don't know if it was towards utilities or something. It was for towards. And I was like, that wasn't bad for getting pregnant at 15.
No, more support.
Yeah, and they were going back to high school. Yeah, when the September rolled around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have your kids early. It's not that difficult to take care of your children. If you have one box food, share it with the 12. That's all.
Thanks, Miss Claudia, but I hope it's much lower than 80%.
Me too. I hope so because I'm going to check it out. I think I have the info already. I need to go look at it. All right. So, have any more questions? You're going to count down again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, everybody, have a great Sunday. Thank you for logging on, and we will see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Have a good week. Most importantly, have a productive week.
Yes. Look at some real estate.
Oh, there's a question.
There's
What to do when you don't have kids or a husband? Virtual hug my sister is my relative, but also my only family in this case until then.
What you do is pull out all the stops and go and have a child.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, you don't need to wait on a husband to have a child. You can now go and buy yourself a sperm and have a child. Literally. Those days are gone.
And you can still go look for the husband, Sharika.
Look for your husband. You have to look for she. She not hunting no man.
Well,
What she have to do is put herself in the position
to be hunted.
Right. So you have to go to places where these men are.
Where husbands are.
Yes, you go to football matches, you go to the church, you know, you go to and a man called to you, respond, answer. You know, it might be your next husband. Go on dates, ask your friends.
To set you up.
To set you up on dates. And you go and start the dating. You have to start the dating. If you don't start dating, you're not gonna find a man.
Mm-hmm.
And remember to hold off on the SS at the top. Right?
Why is she holding off?
Because she's dating. She's dating. Right? She's dating to find out the quirkiness of him, if she can manage him, if she compatible, da da da.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you have to go where men are. You can't just go to work, jump in your car, go home, sit in front of Netflix like what I'm doing now. I'm at the age where I can do that because I've done all of everything that I'm telling you to do.
Mm-hmm.
Understand what I'm saying? So you can't be like, oh, go home and jump in the no, you have to stay and also you need to go to your social events that the workplace has.
Especially if you're in a big company.
If you're in a big company, them have a fun day, them have a hiking, them have a walk run, them just have a TV night or a movie. Like we used to have that. Movie nights. Where them used to rent the movie actually and I really thought that show. So you have to go to those things. Go to the church. Where else men are?
How do you prevent marriage from damaging the wealth the family created?
I would hope that the man that you married helped to build the wealth.
No, but he could be coming after. Like the Kwok family, the wives would have been added after.
You mean the sons, wives?
Yeah.
Remember them are Chinese, you know. Chinese and Jew have one rule. You can't come in here and get anything.
Future says, just don't go to the bar, ladies.
Yes, just don't go to the bar or the clubs. You have to create it you have to let them know. But remember, say you have, what them call it, prenup. You have all of these things that you can use now. You have trust. You have all these things that you can use to let them know. Well, in the Jewish families, them say, you draw for divorce, you know you're not getting anything. Full stop. So you can draw for it all you want, but you're not getting anything. Well, you know that up front. So you just have to set your standards, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Sharika, it's important when you get to my age that you have some children.
Mm-hmm.
All the money in the world won't mean anything. That much I can tell you. A lot of ladies focus on this career thing like Altonia and this whole heap of career business and just skip the part about having children. And then when it's late now, they're trying to play catch up. Don't do that. What's the name of the clinic you go to again?
Winter Fertility Center.
No, what's the name of the doctor? I'm going to go to the doctor first.
Gynae 360.
Gynae 360. Gynae 360 have a good program. You want to get pregnant, not happening for you. Don't have a partner, can't find a partner. You can also even ask one of your male friends to donate the sperm. But if that's not happening for you, you don't want to go that route, just buy it. You can just buy it. This is 2025, ladies.
Mario says arranged marriages are the best type of marriages.
Yes, they are.
Currency says AC hotel full of men.
Not true enough.
Really?
Yes. I remember I go AC hotel to treat my clients to lunch all the time.
Oh.
That is so true. You do have a lot of men coming there sitting by themselves, having them coffee or whatever it is. It's true, you know, them full of men for true. I don't know if them is, I don't know, but they really
they're waiting for meetings and stuff.
I don't know. You know, I'm not really penetrating them, but when them come, when I go there, I do see a lot of men dotted around in the lobby.
Okay.
It's like them on them laptop and some of them on phones and so on. So, yes, I remember when the last time I went there, I had, what was it, pumpkin soup and salmon salad. And a man was sitting across from me. And there were actually two young girls. Boy, them look like with him early 20s and giggle. But he was alone. in his corner, and I was here. I could have spoken to him if I wanted to. I could have struck up a conversation if I really wanted to. But you have to go. You can walk into hotels like Pegasus, Wyndham close. Pegasus, Courtly. You can walk into the lobbies and the pool sides of those hotels not easily,
Okay.
and in lobbies and so on. Even Pegasus, their dining is somewhere right in the lobby area. So you
Okay.
can go there, but dine or whatever. You can walk to the pool. You literally have access, guys. Literally. I haven't been into Marriott or any
Future
others.
wants to know where to go to meet wealthy women. Wealthy women.
Wealthy women. Future. If you're talking about Jamaica, wealthy women are kind of inconspicuous. All right. So what's a wealthy women? Really wealthy women. So the Chinese mothers and the Indian mothers are really wealthy. So are the Jews, but you're not gonna see them. You're not gonna see them in no supermarket, no church, no club, no nothing. You will never see them. All the time you probably see them is if your child goes to Hillel or the international school. But apart from that, you will never see them, right? You won't see them in their business places or anything like that because they're not working at that level in the business places. They're higher up.
Mm-hmm.
No. The civil servants who may have a little money, like those in high government, like the ministers and so on,
Or the doctors and lawyers.
them not wealthy.
I'm talking high level doctors and lawyers, mom.
Still
Like the
not wealthy.
neurosurgeons and
You're not going to see them.
you see them, man.
No,
You don't see them at gym.
Now, if you want to see them, you have to go book an appointment to go see them in their personal business capacity. Like if you want to meet Tony's doctor, who's a woman, you'd have to go book an appointment to go sit in front of her.
You might see her at the gym though.
You might see her at the gym if
you know what
you
gym.
know what you look like.
What
And if
gym?
you know what gym. But the other women, I don't think them in the one of the male and
They're in those clubs too. What do you call like Kiwanis? What do you call them?
no, them not regular middle class people. Them like not Kiwanis. Where they might be is at big on the club.
Are they
And-
playing squash?
Are they playing squash? Yeah. Or golf.
Mm-hmm.
Up at Cayman's club. But
Or you can find them at that thing that they love playing, shuffleboard.
Mhm.
I don't even know where it's played now, but
But you're not going to find
rich
them.
people there are playing that.
You're not going to find those women like that. These Jamaican women like that who have money.
Currency says, Miss D, I swear enough man at AC Hotel. Jovan laugh. Jovan says, they're uptown in them house. Currency says, flirtation and gigolo. Future go work.
Yeah. Yeah. Them you're not going to see them. You're not going to see them in the supermarkets. Can tell you that. All the middle class people go push trolling in the supermarket. Not even poor people now push trolling in the supermarket. Poor people there in the wholesales, right?
Yeah.
Only the middle class in the supermarkets are push trolley. It seems to be like only the middle class are in the churches as well. You really want to see them, you go to some high powered functions or them charge some serious money per head to get in. And even if you do lucky to get in, the chances of you getting at a table with them or something, it's gonna be like, nah, not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna happen. So you're not gonna have access to them like that. Wealthy women. Plus some of them bodyguards also to remember that, for them to be wealthy, their husbands are wealthy.
Maria says you would be surprised at the amount of single men and women in Jamaica today.
Yeah, they are.
You would be surprised at the amount of single men and women in Jamaica today, and it's not like they're not open, but they are open to relationship.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot. You could start a business literally period of people. But
Somebody did try to have something like that called like you go to a event and you sit at tables and talk to other singles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure how well it did.
But the risk.
The risk of sitting on a table and talking.
Risk, man. Who come in, you don't know them. If you got a serious background check,
Mm-hmm.
next year go to them, they're gonna drug you. So go to events, talk to the people beside you, and all of that is difficult. It's gonna be tricky. If you want to really meet them, send your child to the international school. Pay the $1 million per, is it per month or per term? Per term. Pay the 1 million Jamaican per term. That way you see them at the PTA. But I can tell you, those ladies are married, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not married, they're certainly not looking at a partner.
You don't know that.
No, they're not.
The Mario says that they are open to relationship.
No, they're not. Not the wealthy. They're gonna marry wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna marry wealthy. They're not gonna marry below their status. Women, more than anything, believe in status. Women. Yeah, when the men will ignore the status and just love the girl, the women not doing it. Not the wealthy women, they're not doing it. Because them love the status life and them don't want them friends and things about them. This is not North America, this is Jamaica.
Jovan says their bodyguards have a better chance.
Yeah.
You just have to want to marry a rich woman.
No future. Why don't you find a young lady and you work together
To build wealth.
to build the wealth that you want? That's what you're gonna have to do. Build the wealth. You're gonna read the books together and build the wealth. Put 2 and 2 together and build the wealth.
I mean, I didn't make you leave on time.
All right, guys, time is up. We gotta run. All right, so we'll see you next week then, right?
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.